So, Mike Brewer, host of the Wheeler Dealer Awards, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us from America. We've got some big news, haven't we, to tell dealers about this year's used car awards. But firstly, I mean, the dealers I'm chatting to, Mike, are absolutely having it away with used cars at the moment. June booming for them. Some were telling me they've sold 15 to 1 used cars to new. How are your dealerships doing?
Phenomenally well, thank you, James. Yes, we're having similar numbers. We've had record months in June, and I know July already. We're pushing into a record on July as well. The market's come back incredibly strong. There is a whole host of factors why that's happened, but it's very encouraging to know that the pot is now slushing around again. The prices of used cars are actually stabilised or even gone up slightly as well, which is great news for us dealers out there that have got lots of stock. And it's a very encouraging sign. And let's just hope it continues.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think that those dealers out there who've got stock are in a very good position, because what I'm hearing is it's very, very difficult to get used cars at the moment. I mean, are you finding that in your dealerships? Are you getting reports from your guys that that's the same?
Yes, it is always difficult to find good stock. Fortunately, we can filter down stock from our lease car company, Evogo, and that's working quite well for us. We've had a 3 or 4 month period where we never took any cars back in from hire or from lease, and now those cars are filtering down into the system. So we're quite well stocked. It's always nice to have more stock, of course, especially with the numbers that we're doing. But yeah, it's very encouraging, and it's put a lot of pressure on us as a business, and I know my fellow car dealers out there are feeling the same. You know, the way that we now operate is a click and collect service. Everything has to be sanitized. We hand the keys over in a sanitized way. Everyone digitally signs for their cars. And it's made us all look at our businesses again and refocus on what's important with our business. And if this is the new normal, it's good. We like the new normal. We're working with it.
Yeah, long may that continue, Mike. So let's move on to the used car awards. Obviously, we've got some news for car dealers out there that we're not going to be able to hold this year's event at the brewery. I mean, clearly, COVID-19 has affected events all over the place. It's definitely going to affect our used car awards. He's going to be back next year at the brewery again, 21 and 22. I must say the brewery has been fantastic and have let us move that on. But we're excited to say we're going to do a digital version this year, aren't we?
We are, and we're thrilled. I mean, me and you and the whole team at Car Dealer Magazine, this is our once a year party where we get together with our brethren, with our car dealers out there, and we can all celebrate the massive success we've had in the year. This year, though, has been such a tough year for dealers up until now. It was an incredibly tough year. But we don't want to let that moment pass us by. So we've decided on our 9th year of hosting the Used Car Awards that we're not just going to sit back and let COVID-19 beat us. No. We're going to do a digital version of the Used Car Awards, and we're going to bring you all the thrills and all the excitement that usually happens every year in the brewery, but we're just going to put it online for you so you get to experience it, and all the car dealers out there can still get themselves nominated, can still come away with a prize for being the best at what they do.
So it's certainly going to be a different way of doing things. I'm very excited about it too. We've got a few tricks up our sleeves to make it even more exciting for people, but we won't give them all away now. I think probably what is worth talking about is just some of those key dates. So nominations are open now. Dealers can get onto carawards.co.uk and nominate themselves, and that's really important, isn't it? I mean, they need to make sure that we know that they think they're the best of the best.
Yeah, and we don't take the nominations lightly either. We look at every single nomination. We look at what their businesses are. We trawl through their operation, both online, and we do some more serious stuff, mystery shopping, even cold calling on their businesses. It's all taken very seriously. And over the last 9 years, we've learned a lot about that. And we've learned that you can see these dealers that are operating on the absolute perfect level and deserving of standing up on stage and collecting that award, or this year being online and collecting that award. And it is a badge of honor, you know, for a dealer to go back to their dealership with that trophy, with that award, or with that recommendation from us. that they can put on their wall to let their customers and their staff know that what they're doing is the best in the business. And that's why it's very important for us that we really celebrate the goodness that's happening in the used car trade this year, because the reliance on us as used car dealers this year is greater than it's ever been. There's been a 3-month period where new cars haven't been made. So now people are turning to the used car sector. So we're having to fulfill that demand. We have a government telling people not to get on public transport, hence the reason why people are turning to cars. And not many people want to holiday abroad this year. They're looking out their window at their 12-year-old Volkswagen Passat and saying, that's not going to get us to Bournemouth. So let's go and get ourselves a newer car. And the reliance on all of those factors on us, the used car industry, is far greater. And that's why those dealers out there need to get themselves nominated. If you're one of those dealers that's shining through and satisfying that demand and doing it in a good way, get yourself nominated. Let us look at your business and how well you're doing it. And hopefully we'll see you on November the 30th online, where I hopefully will be in a tuxedo handing you your gong.
And the other thing, Mike, to point out is actually there have been some huge changes this year that we've seen. And one of those is that huge numbers of people are now going online to buy cars, aren't they? I mean, you've got people like Cazoo, we've got Peter Waddell coming along with Kazam soon. And many of the other normal dealers are now selling their cars online. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how that stacks up in these awards, isn't it?
It is going to be very interesting. It really is now a digital world. And not only are the awards this year going to be digital, trust us, me and James are going to get back to the physical awards next year. We like to hug people. That's the very important thing about our awards and the party that we have. But it really is a digital world we live in now. Click and collect for us at Mike Brewer Motors, and I know for the likes of CarZoom and CarWow, people out there having this click and collect service, it's been a huge success. And the reliance on people now just accepting what they're going to get online is as good as dealer's word, is greater than ever. And it's great because this has been in operation now for the last few weeks. And I've not seen, genuinely, I read through them all. I've not seen one single complaint from anyone saying that they're not enjoying this new buying experience. It's been a thrill to see. And I think this is the new norm from here on in. And it's going to make dealers refocus their businesses and how they look and how they operate. And it's going to make people a little bit more leaner and hopefully drive up profitability.
Yeah, I'm certainly hearing that too, Mike, from the dealers I'm talking to, that their customers actually love this new way of doing things. And they actually, I can't see it going back to the old way anytime soon. Just before we move on, just want to go through a few of these key dates for people. So nominations are out now, so dealers can go on to carawards.co.uk and that will take them to the survey where they can fill in their nominations. We will then whittle those down to a nominations list that we will reveal on October the 13th. Then after that, we move to our shortlist of a final 5 on October the 27th. So between October the 13th and October the 27th, these dealers need to be on top of their game, because me, you, the rest of the team will be mystery shopping them, won't we?
Yes, absolutely. And we do take it very seriously, James. It's not, we don't look at somebody and say, we like the look of their business, let's give them a trophy. It doesn't work like that. Everything has to be poured through in detail. We need to have due diligence on all these businesses. And that's why you get the likes of these tiny little dealerships going up against these huge, great big supercar sites, and the tiny dealerships win. And that's why, because we mystery shop, we make sure that we get responses back when we phone these businesses. We look at their websites, the way they're operating, the way, particularly this year, we're going to be also looking at the way they're dealing with their customers through this COVID pandemic, and seeing the way that they're getting their stock into the customer's hands in the safest and most secure way. What we don't want is people that turning up to a dealer these days and kicking tires, sitting next to the salesman, going around the block with the salesman coughing all over him. That's gone. All those days are gone. So we're looking at new ways to sell cars. We're looking at new ways for people to get themselves nominated. And we're looking at a new way that we can host these awards and give the awards out to the right people.
I mean, it will be a shame, Mike, and I will be the first to admit it, that I will miss watching some of these people dancing up to the stage and giving you a hug, and the tears in people's eyes when they win. Actually seeing it in person is really important. It's what makes these awards so special, isn't it?
It is, James, and that's the bit that's going to really hurt this year. It really is going to hurt. But we've had 3 months of not selling cars, which has hurt us even greater. So this is the new norm just for this year. The party will be back in full force next year. We'll make it even better than it was before. I know, James, when me and you put together anything, we'll cram 2 years worth of partying into that 1 year at the brewery. And we'll raise the roof off of that building. But that's not to say that, you dealers this year can just think, well, it's not happening. I don't need to get myself nominated. It's not that important. It still is. This is still the Used Car Awards. This is still the most important used car award ceremony in the country that's going to run this year. It's going to be a new normal for us in terms of it's going to be online, it's going to be digital, but we still want good nominations from good dealers. And of course, we'll be looking at Lifetime Achievement Awards and all of those things as well. So, let's just hope people out there embrace this. Go with it, because I'll be honest with you, I'm really excited by it. I think it's going to be. I don't want it to be too much of a success, because I don't want you to say next year, why don't we just do it digitally again? No. We want a party next year.
Absolutely. Don't worry about that. We are definitely going back to the brewery, and we will definitely be going back for that party. We just want to make sure that we can get enough people in there to make it the sort of parties that we're used to.
Also, this is a good opportunity for me and for James and the Car Dealer Magazine team. Just say to our sponsors out there, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for not only the support for the previous 9 years, but the support going forward is just absolutely phenomenal. You understand the importance of this. And we certainly couldn't put these awards together without your kind generosity and help. So me, James, and the team want to thank you for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there are some exciting opportunities for those people who do want to support these awards this year. We'll have some video advertising as part of the awards. We'll get them involved in the digital magazine and, of course, in the actual sponsoring the awards as they have done before. So
brilliant.
If people are interested, they can get in touch with me and the team. So Mike, importantly, people need to get onto that carawards.co.uk website now, fill in their nominations, know that we will be back next year, November the 29th, 2021, we'll be back with a proper awards event. But date for their diary now, November the 30th, me, you and the rest of the team will be handing out these awards for 2020.
Yeah, and don't think if you're listening to this as a car dealer, you've gone and found this little bit of video online and you're slightly interested in it. Don't think that you're not worthy of nominating yourself. Look at your business. You might be a guy that sells 5 cars off a little car site somewhere in Dumfries. You might be. Or you might be a mega site that's in the middle of England that's got 3,000 cars in stock. It really doesn't matter. We look at absolutely everyone, and David and Goliath go head to head on these awards, and we look forward to looking through your nominations. So please get them in.
Mike, thank you very much for your time today. I know it's a busy day, isn't it? Your lovely wife's Michelle's birthday today, isn't it?
It is. It's Michelle's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
She's got a lovely birthday plan for her, which is basically watching me sunbathe out in the garden in California. That's about it.
What a tough day. What a tough day. Well, I hope you have a lovely time. Thanks ever so much for catching up with you. And we'll see you later in the year on, probably November the 30th.
Yeah, good luck, everyone. Good luck with those nominations. Get them in.
Thanks, Mike.